Game of Thrones. We're going to start with a preview of Season 8.
Premonition,
what we want
guesses.
to see. Yeah, what we expect to see.
Yeah.
What we're hoping to see, I guess. Yeah.
And I wish it was still 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I was a little heartbroken when it was only 7, and now it's only 6. But I hear the episodes are supposed to be longer.
Extended, yeah. Well, if you think about it, that makes sense, because they're trying to tie the knots on these things. It probably takes a longer time.
There's so much going on that it probably takes that extra 20 or 30 minutes or however long to start cutting stories.
And I don't feel like they've done that mistake in the past where they're giving us too much. Yeah. So I feel like they've got it dialed in, but there's a lot of questions to answer. It almost seems impossible that they're going to get everything done.
Well, I feel some stories are going to be left as if the fairy tale ending, and then they rode off, or they're dead.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of stories are going to end in death.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the books, that's the way it should go. But part of my theory about this is that George R.R. Martin is waiting to release his ending to the story. He's going to let HBO release its ending, and then he's going to slap us with but this is what really happened.
Yeah.
And get a second price point, get that money again.
Well, yeah, he's still getting paid for...
Yeah.
And he's still consulting, so I think he gets to write 2 books without writing the second book.
Yeah, so you can give us a happy ending and whatever he probably had planned before that.
Or somewhere in between for both, and he might just have other twists, instead of this person dying, Grey Worm dies, and Missandra then goes off and then does something stupid, all sorts of weird things.
I think that's probably the best place to start, which is, who do you think is going to be the first person to die this season?
The first person of note.
Yes, first
to
person
die.
I can go through a line here if you just want.
Obviously, I believe they're going to be in the north.
Yep.
So I don't think anyone in the south is going to die.
Okay.
So
so that means no Cersei, or Jaime moved north, so he's still in the game, but no Cersei.
But I think Jaime still has a quest to finish, so I don't think it's going to be Jaime.
No, me either. What about the Hound?
The Hound, I believe, is going to have a stoic religious ending.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he has been moving that way.
So I think.
And you got the Mountain. I feel like he needs to have that.
Yeah, they're going to fight, and it's something there that is not finished. But I wouldn't mind if Theon died.
Theon is probably my number 1 draft pick too.
Too obvious. Davos, he doesn't have much left going on, but so I don't think he's of note character to die.
Right. He's I guess, no longer the hand of Jon Snow. So, I don't see a place for him. So that could be a good reason for him to die. Yeah. What about Jorah Mormont? We could have just watched him die of the disease. Why would they bring him back to...
I think he's going to always be in debt of his, father's memory.
Right.
Even in his father's dying moment, he whispered that he wanted him to wear black.
Yep.
But I imagine there will be no wall to protect at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be some other cause of similar... However the story ends, he's going to be the guardianship, or start it.
Okay.
So he's going to be the first Lord Commander of the new...
Whatever it is, yeah. The Evil Watch, or the Evil... Department of Evil Management. Something like that.
Alright. It could be as simple as just policing the realm, or, I don't know. Something new. But he's going to be the first Lord Commander of said... I think that's how his story ends. But first person to die, man.
What about Brienne? Again, it feels like her story has something missing
it's connected with Jaime.
Yeah. So it's probably not her.
Which is weird. We have all these interconnections, so someone's got to die.
Yeah. Yeah. Brienne and Jaime, that connection is definitely a thing. They keep going back to it. But he's got to kill Cersei, and that's the only thing I think about that. is that Jaime's got to be the one that kills Cersei. Although, isn't the prophecy that a younger brother would kill her, which makes you think Tyrion? I don't know who was born first in the twin.
I'm just going to imagine that it was her.
Yeah, I think it was her.
So it could be either one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just...
It's weird. Then you got to think about battles that are going to be happening. So then isn't Grey Worm at least in the top 10 of possibility to die?
No, I would go with you as the top 5 going to die.
Yeah. Even though we got the Missandei romance thing, that's just kind of weird. I don't really understand.
It's like a secondary story. Like, it's nice. It's whatever. Like, she milked him back to health.
Yeah.
Nursed him. I don't know why I said milked.
Milked is a weird verb there.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yep. So we're both not thinking Brienne. We're not maybe Grey Worm. What about Podrick? Podrick's on the side of almost and a couple of big storylines, but we haven't seen him. He's been learning how to fight. Mm-hmm. It makes sense that he would get in the middle of something that he couldn't, and then that could be the thing that drives Tyrion or whoever else.
Yeah.
I see Podrick as a real possibility to be the first one.
I think the first death is going to be the hands of Arya.
Okay.
And it's going to be some... Like, I think there's going to be some plot or something. Like, I feel like Arya kills Tyrion or something weird like that.
Yeah, it's just a curveball that nobody sees coming.
Yeah, it's not going to be a battle. The first person dies. It's not going to be in battle.
Okay. It's
going to be leading up to... Like, I can see people disagreeing or whatever, and then, like, some sort of North Lannister, like, some weird chuffle, and then she kills, just ends it.
Expect the unexpected is a good thing to do going in.
I think that's my theory. That's my one little, just Arya kills someone out of nowhere, and she has to explain why, because, well, she's probably, like, a master spy, so she...
Yeah.
Did all this, and she's like, well, because he was going to kill you.
Duh. Yeah.
So I killed him.
Makes sense.
It's got to be something big.
Well, the last one on my list is Gendry, who's the bastard of Robb of Baratheon, has no claim to the crown anymore. I guess he had king's blood.
He's still... Well, I guess the bastard doesn't have...
Yeah.
To begin with, but... I guess maybe, what is his name?
Which one?
The Lord of Light guy that has the fire on his sword.
Oh, Bendrick Dondarrion.
Oh yeah, he's the last guy.
Dondarrion, yeah.
Maybe him and Melisandre or Missandei.
Yeah, the priestess.
Yeah.
They
do something with him.
Yeah, okay.
Or like he comes to realize, I don't know, something. I feel like he's connected to them.
Makes sense.
And I guess we can just jump to like big plot points.
All right, let's go.
If Cersei's plan is to kind of regain everything south-ish, let's go with like of the Twin Towers of the Frey.
The Frey's down, yeah.
Yeah, because that's about where the dividing like north.
Sure.
In my head, that's where I want it to be.
Yeah.
Where do they come in the story?
If she stops there,
like her plan is just to like let them fight and die. Yeah.
Hold the South and retake the South.
Just pretend like nothing's happening, but preparing for the next battle. Because obviously, when one of them win, they're going to come down and. So she's preparing for battle, but not involving in the first battle.
Yeah.
War, whichever you would call it.
That's an interesting one. I really have no idea where they're going with Cersei this season.
So,
I think she has to die, but I have no idea how.
So do they just, like by episode 3, the White Walkers are done? And then they cram like a whole nother war? And,
yeah.
Which is probably going to be usurped. It's probably going to be like episode 5, like Jaime or Tyrion killer, or some sort of weird coup thing, not so much a grand battle. It's more like the Red Wedding sort of style.
Okay. So, like, we don't see it coming, and then, the music changes, and everybody realizes, oh, shit.
Something's going down.
Is there a way that that could... Is there a way we can get justice with the way Cersei dies? Like, how is she going to die? Most of the deaths are poetic in some sense.
I imagine enough time is going to go by to where she gives birth to Jaime's son. It is a son.
Okay.
That
prediction number 1.
2. Prediction 2.
Prediction 2.
Prediction 1 is more of a curveball.
Okay.
Probably not going to happen.
All right.
But it'd be sweet if it did.
Those are my favorite predictions, yeah.
Prediction 2 is... Time always... It's not the same. Like, it just... They don't tell you how much time has gone by, whatever. But I'm sure at least 9 months goes by before...
They come back? Yeah.
The baby's born. Jaime ends up raising it somehow, some way. So it's just...
So in the books, Cersei is having sex with a lot of people. A lot more people than is inferred in the show.
Well, I think it's inferred like that. She's kind of...
Yeah.
She keeps it in the family, though.
Well, no. So she... when she and Tommen, when that's going on, she's figuring out another way to get to power. So she's having sex with a lot of the guys in the inner Kingsguard, and she's doing a lot of seduction-style things to try and, wedge herself back into power, because Tommen looks like he's going to give it all to Marjorie.
Yeah.
Or, eventually the High Septon. So, in the book, she's a much bigger whore, which makes... And I don't think in the books she mentioned she's pregnant yet. So that part's...
Because it was like...
The last...
Second to last episode, or last episode that it said that she was pregnant. So that book wasn't even written yet, right?
And a lot of people don't believe her. But you believe her.
Well, I know she was playing Tyrion. But she wasn't... She said to Jaime that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Before he announced that he was going to leave.
Right.
So I don't think she was playing him.
Yeah.
Unless she's like, what's the Meister that was just playing everyone, that he was like a cripple, and the Grandmat... Like the Meister that was from the beginning.
Yeah. Pycelle.
Unless she's just always conning all the time.
Yeah.
Just always... But I don't... Not the Jaime. I think Jaime's the one person, like...
That she's honest with? Well...
Honest-ish.
Honest-ish.
The most honest.
If I were going to kill Cersei, and I wanted it to be justice, I mean, the obvious thing would be dragon fire, or dragon teeth getting eaten.
I don't think that's... The
way that she's killed people, she's poisoned, kissed someone. The Red Wedding, you could say, is part of her, so that's a slice of the throat. But we've seen that a lot now. I feel like they need to go with something else.
That's how Littlefinger died.
Yeah. Tywin died with a bolt through the gut while sitting on the toilet. Publicly beheaded like Ned Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes squished in by the mountain. By someone else, obviously. Sacrificed to the Lord of Light. Burned alive. Death by a walker. I guess that's a possibility, where she gets ripped apart by walkers.
I don't think she sees another one.
Yeah.
I don't think that's in her story.
Then you could do it with a Bolton style, carve her up one piece at a time, and then the last thing would be just starving in a dungeon.
What if she doesn't die?
She might not.
What if she just gets exiled to Essos, or...
You're asking for trouble if you exile Cersei.
Yeah. But there's some sort of weird thing, like where like they blind her or something, or like cut out her tongue and then like they exile her with the baby.
Okay, yeah.
Something like, if you can't see and you can't talk, then how can you? There's no vengeance to be plotted, because you can't plan anything with someone so you can't see what you're writing and you can't actually say it. So.
Yeah. That would be an amazing comeback if he did a series of Cersei with no tongue gaining the Iron Throne again.
But I could see that being the most detrimental, death for her.
Yeah.
Because she can't live up to her father's name. She can't hold any power.
No.
And she's helpless.
Right.
So it's kind of like her back in the religion dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she is a woman, and we all know the weak hearts of women. It's in the book. I didn't come up with that. Joffrey says it several times.
Even on air.
Yeah. If you could bring anybody back, so you could be the Night King, You can bring anybody that's
Khal Drogo is coming back.
Khal Drogo is your number one, no doubt about it.
No, he's coming back.
Okay.
Prediction 3.
Prediction 3!
I was going to remember what the witch doctor said when he comes back.
Yeah.
The mountains will move like leaves.
Yeah, the sun will
rise on the other side, and there's like 2 other lines. Those will happen.
Shadowlands. That's what it's called.
And he will come back because he's also in the most recent trailer.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
I must have not
and
seen
so
it.
is John's ex.
Oh, Ygritte?
Ygritte.
Yep.
She is in it.
That's who I bring back. Just so you guys know, at this question, I bring back Ygritte every time.
But I think something happens magically. And I don't think he comes back like in actual physical form. But he will appear again like consciously in the show. Here's my, I don't know what number this prediction is, but I think the Night King is going to raise the dead in the Stark, where they bury their dead in the basement or whatever, I forget what it's called, that tomb. The Night King's going to bring Ned Stark's bones back, Lyanna Stark, all those people that were buried there. But Ned has no head, so I don't think they can bring him, because
it's magic, bro.
Whatever. Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting. So as the battle starts, it's actually coming up from the bottom and from the outside. That'll be what they face at Winterfell. He'll bring the dead Starks back.
Yeah, because the tombs, I guess there's multiple.
Yeah, who knows how many people are buried in there? We have only seen this one little section of it.
Yeah, but I guess in the book, not so much the show. Jon used to go down there, and he never knew what he was searching for, but he knew he was searching.
Trying to find where he fit in.
And, like, it's something you can't do in one, because he would go progressively further, and they say something about this is the furthest he's ever gone. So I imagine it goes down quite a ways, like hundreds of people.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. It's one of the most ancient of the houses is Winterfell.
Yeah.
Obviously, because they built the wall and then Winterfell's next. Alright. What about a direwolf? Are we going to see a zombie direwolf? Could happen. There are dead direwolves on the way, I think.
But I don't think that's necessary, so I don't think it's...
You don't think we'll see that?
No.
There is a thing on the internet saying that there will be groups of direwolves that come and help fight with Jon. Like packs of them will show up to help. That's an internet rumor.
Because what direwolves are still alive? There's Arya's, which is running around like...
Nymeria, and is Ghost? No. Ghost dies when they're in the cave. Hodor. Ghost dies during that scene.
Is Jon's?
That's
Shadow?
Ghost. I thought Ghost is Jon's. Robbs gets killed at the Red Wedding. Sansa gets killed
on the way
to King's Landing. Arya and Nymeria. Bran and Rickon, that one dies by the Bolton. Kills him and throws his head out, yeah. I don't think there is any left then.
There's Arya's,
Nymeria.
And her little... I think she took over like just a normal wolf pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's gonna challenge that. That's a pretty... Yeah. What about Hodor? Will we see a zombie Hodor?
I don't... No, it's just...
It's too emotional for us. We won't be able to handle it.
It's just too much. That's too much.
Catelyn Stark?
I don't think
she
was buried.
Yeah.
At Winterfell.
No, she wasn't. But eventually, maybe.
I don't think it's gonna
go that far.
I think you're dreaming.
I'm expecting them to get through Winterfell and that the zombie will march south.
No, I think Winterfell's as far as the...
As far as the zombies go, is Winterfell.
I don't think... There's no... Besides killing Cersei, there's no reason for them to go any further than Winterfell.
Yeah.
Bran's gonna find out what the Night King wants, which... What does the Night King want?
Dominate everything? He doesn't ever talk.
No, I think it's... I think it has to do with vengeance or an ancient...
prophecy.
Like, they stopped fighting for some reason.
Right.
So whatever stopped that is the cause of him coming back.
What if it's love? What if the Night King is in love with some southern...
He never met them.
Well, you would assume that there was the long night that happened. So maybe he fell in love with some woman, and then they pulled them apart, and he promised he was going to come back and raise her.
Well, then why wouldn't he have done it 2,000 years ago or 4,000 years ago?
Gathering strength?
He just kills more people.
Well, the wall was pretty well protected up until around now. It was just starting at when the books start is when the Night's Watch has lost its...
Well, and it wasn't because of the dragons, because he was doing things before the dragons were hatched.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first episode.
Right.
I think it probably has to do with some sort of ancient pact that stopped it to begin with. Or the pact is over because all of the... What are those?
Children of the Forest?
Children of the Forest are dead.
Mm-hmm.
But he killed the last one, I think? Or is there more living?
There might be more.
Where the heart of the wiry trees or...
Yeah.
Weirwood trees is further south.
Yeah, but there are some up north too.
Well, yeah, it's a
yeah. It's like a network of connected.
So maybe he's going there for something where he was, I guess, made.
Yeah,
because that's where he was made. But
yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's weird.
It is weird. I do think there's a piece of the story we don't know about the Night King. There's some motivation. He's not just pure evil. There's something there. George R.R. Martin doesn't just write pure evil. There's always a thing.
And if it was just evil, he would have made attempts in the past 8,000 years.
Yeah.
Because that's how long the wall's been around.
Absolutely.
There would have been some sort of attempt or multiple attempts.
Yeah.
Between now and then. There seems to have been a reason. And I think Bran, in the first episode or second episode, will inform us.
Tell us what it was. Yeah.
Because he's all-knowing. So.
Yeah. There's nothing that should surprise Bran. So if anything bad happens, Bran knew about it beforehand? Can we assume that?
Well, I don't think he fully has control of, like, the full extent of his powers. I think he has to... Like, he can only go through so much of the past at a time.
Yeah, obviously.
And when he's doesn't know what he's looking for, like, It's hard to...
He needs the coordinates to pinpoint where to look. Yeah. Because that's what Sam does. Sam gives him the coordinates of Jon and... Yeah, or Jon's... Rhaegar and Elia. Not Elia. Whatever her name is.
Stark.
The Stark lady, yeah. Alright, so I think we talked about Ygritte, Shireen, Baratheon, the young girl. Those are all possible bringbacks, but you don't think it's going to get to that far. And my personal favorite would be Syrio Forel, the water dancer teacher.
Oh, no, that's...
Arya's teacher.
That is...
way too south, but...
No. He's not coming back because he's not dead.
He's not dead?
He's not dead.
Oh,
he's a faceless man.
He's a faceless man.
No, he's a specific faceless man.
Jaqen H'ghar?
Jaqen H'ghar.
That would make a lot of sense. That he would follow her, or at least still try to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been about, okay.
The Lord of Death knew that...
This girl
was important. Because if everyone's dead, then no one else can die, so then he loses his endless supply of death.
Yeah, no, that is makes completely sense. You just dropped a knowledge bomb on me. Wow. Yeah, he's Jaqen H'ghar.
I can't tell if this is sarcasm or not.
It's not sarcasm. You're gonna have to give me a moment here. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Can't believe I didn't see it. Yeah,
that's just my prediction number 4.
Solid prediction there. I'll give you that. So, if you don't want to bring anybody back, we've already talked about who we think we're going to die. What about love? What chance does love have in Season 8? We've got 3 bona fide couples.
Well,
Sam and Gilly. Hold on. Yeah. Dany and Jon. And Grey Worm and Missandei. Are any of our solid couples going to make it out?
I think Gilly is going to die protecting her son.
Okay.
Because the White Walkers want him for some reason.
Well, he's been promised to them.
Yeah. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but I think she's going to die in the protection of. So
okay.
Sorry, Tully.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one for people to take. Because Gilly is one of those characters people just kind of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like the underdog.
Yeah.
And then Grey Worm and Missandei.
Yeah. I think Grey Worm's dead for sure. He's a soldier.
I think Wood has killed him last season.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring him back and then he has to fight. Well, he's fighting for the other side. I believe that they're getting past Winterfell. You don't. But I think we're looking at a Winterfell falls. Jon and the main group have to regroup after the loss. The Army of the Dead makes it south at least as far enough so that the Lannisters have to face them. And because of whatever brand knowledge that we get dropped on, they win that battle, the second battle in the south. That's my guess. Your guess is more poetic, because then at the end we have human fighting human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't want it to be like the Return of the King in Lord of the Rings, like, oh, the zombies just come and fix all your problems.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're gone.
We're going to have a weapon like that. One weird thing where it's like,
I hate that.
I blow the horn and all the zombies die. There's going to be some kind of a thing like that.
I want there to be the Night King fighting Jon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it ends.
Yeah. Like Jon did with Roose or Ramsay Bolton. Not everybody has to die. You and me. You could do that with the Night King?
No, I think there's going to be there's going to be people fighting and dying everywhere around him.
The Night King doesn't negotiate, There's no parlay, He just smashes.
Or the Night King gets what he wants, which isn't what we think it is.
Right.
I don't think it's to take over the world.
Okay.
I think there's something driving him specifically, and we just happen to be in his way.
Yeah, I think it's love. It could be love. There's a version of the story that ends with the Night King winning, and the human beings that we like forced south, kind of like the walkers were forced north. So they have this one little outpost way down south where it's really hot.
Oh, just sail back to Essos.
Yeah.
They can't swim.
They can't swim. I have a lot of problems with they can't swim. They can stab, they can run, they can jump, they can do all the other things that people do, but they can't swim.
Well, they don't have lungs.
Yeah, so they don't need to breathe.
There's flesh missing. No, they can't swim, but they can definitely.
They can't drown.
The Pirates of the Caribbean and just walk on the sea floor until they get to Essos. They can definitely just walk.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think because they don't need to breathe air. I don't think there's a reason for the ocean or water to have any kind of a barrier. I understand it for the plot because you can't just have them walk around the wall. You need a wall to fall. That's a really fun scene, but
yeah. Well, no, I think that Iron Islands, because they're high cliffs.
Yes.
They might be able to eventually climb or something. I don't know, but you might be safe there. But like just going to Essos, they'll just walk across the seafloor and just come back up.
Yeah. They could ride a glacier around the wall.
Oh yeah, they could have done that.
But anyways,
so that leaves one couple left.
Danny and Jon.
The
HBO version of this, they end up together. That's my prediction.
Something has to happen to them. Like I feel like it's just
it was too easy. Well, you got to remember this other 6 seasons that weren't easy for them to get together. They've gone through some shit, both of them, and their stories parallel each other in a lot of ways.
I think Jon dies in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, they're together. She has his baby, or it ends with her being pregnant. Something like there's light at the end of the tunnel with his baby.
Right. He dies, but she's pregnant. Yeah. I think that's a solid ending.
But he definitely dies in the second to last episode.
Yeah.
I'd put money on it.
Yeah, I think so too.
And somehow, some magic thing, that's the episode where all of the past people come back. Like Ygritte and Khal Drogo.
All of them, yeah.
Maybe not all of them, just the important, like, because it seemed like to be past lovers of the two. For some reason, it was just Jon's past lovers and hers, which is just, I guess, the two.
Yeah.
But then I guess she also slept with casually the
Daario Naharis.
Yeah. I think that was it.
I think that's it too.
She might have slept
with
her
and Daario.
Her equal when during the gladiator thing, like she was
betrothed. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he was getting any.
Yeah. He was just kind of there as a station.
Yeah. They both have loves that were killed and lost, like Khal Drogo and Ygritte. They both were considered a bastard and a orphan of sorts.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very similar in terms of how their stories have developed. Slowly realize... Well, Khaleesi thinks she's supposed to have power from the beginning. Jon doesn't. Jon almost runs away from those types of responsibility. That's the only real difference. But they both gain power slowly. And, yeah. Jon dies. So does Dany, though. She walks into the flame and is reborn.
Well, technically she was immune.
Yeah,
she didn't really die, but
it's kind of
I guess spiritually she arose.
It's a kind of death, I'd say.
Or is it a birth? Not really a death, but just a birth.
Yeah. Dragons are going to fight. We know that's going to happen. We've got 2 living dragons and 1 ice dragon. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. Are we going to get that, like, maybe... I guess you're saying episode 2 or 3 towards the beginning when the Winterfell and Night King finally battle.
I think they're going to tease at it. They're going to, like... The 3 dragons are going to see each other before they actually fight. And I think it's just going to be episode 5, like, all this shit goes down.
Yeah.
It always seems to be like the second to last episode is when the shit happens.
Yeah. I think so too. I think the Ice Dragon wins.
I think it's... one dragon's going to die. But then somehow the second dragon is going to mysteriously get saved somehow. Because, like, Jon wins at the very same time, which then...
Yeah.
It's going to be something corny like that.
Yeah, okay.
Just like they were all about to die on the rock when they were trying to get the sample to show Cersei.
Yeah.
Oh, the dragons come.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
It seems like the Night King set that whole thing up. Well, expecting it to see a dragon and to have his opportunity to take one.
Well, there's a theory that, like Bran, and he could use the weirwood to see into the past, present, future. Can they see the future? He never mentions in the show the future.
Yeah. Just says he knows everything, which would be the past.
Yeah.
You don't know the future.
And awkwardly enough, Benjen had the same powers after the Children of the Forest saved him.
Yep.
Which is how he knew that's where Jon would be. Perfect timing to save him.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. He saved Sam, too, at one point.
So I think those 2, somehow Bran and the Night King have similar things, which is how...
He planned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So maybe Jon's not even the key in beating his Bran?
It's Bran. Probably is Bran.
Or is Bran the Night King?
Weird. That's also on the internet. I don't believe that one. I don't think that's true.
That's just... I think just because it's all over the internet, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Even if they had like some sort of idea about doing that like 3 years ago, whenever the rumor started, they were like, nah.
Night King has never had an expression. Even when he's looking at Jon as they're floating away, he's just straight. And if you look at Bran never has an expression. It's always straight. So that's why people think they're the same, but I think that's just the result of being able to see everything that has ever happened. You're not.
Well, I already knew this was happening, so why would I have a... Like, I already knew I was going to kill a dragon.
Yeah.
I already knew this.
Yeah. So, does anyone else...
I guess it is future as well.
Could be. Yeah, because he would have had to have seen where they were going to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think it has to be the future.
Past, present, future.
But you have to know where to look. And in the future, that would be even harder to know.
Well, not really, because he knew he was going north. So he just had to follow his giant army of dead. Be like, oh, so they're going to steal one, we're going to... So, I'll just be prepared to kill a dragon here. Got it.
Dragons are going to fight. Does anybody other than Dany get to ride a dragon?
Now that there's only one, I believe that is going to go to Jon.
Jon's going to ride a dragon.
But maybe Jon... But that's too obvious?
Yeah. Tyrion is my hope.
He's not the hero.
He's not the hero, that is true.
And Dany...
made sure to
tell this. Like she likes that he doesn't go kill himself. He doesn't have to one up anyone.
Yeah.
So it could be Jorah.
Arya.
No, I don't think they're going to get involved in battle.
Okay.
Like the outside the walls battle, but I think they're more like in the keep.
Yeah, she is in the preview. She's running around in the
crypt. In the crypt.
Crypt is
That's the word we've been looking for the past 30 minutes.
Right.
I think she's involved down there, and there's got to be some sort of weird like use of her power, like her ability powers.
Yeah. She could change her face and assassinate the Night King.
I don't think she can change it to a
ice face. Yeah.
Ice face.
Maybe. Can you cut off an ice face? I don't know. Probably
it would just fall. You would just have to peel it off.
Yeah. All right. Will Bran go inside the head of a dragon? Because he can do it for a wolf.
Well, no, he could definitely do it then. I imagine. Like they're
at some point, maybe even the ice dragon. Is that a possibility? You would think that the Night King would be able to counter whatever Bran can do, the Night King can do. Do we agree about that?
Maybe not warg.
Okay.
Like he can sort of influence, but I think when it comes down to it, the
only
walkers and the dragon itself has its own basic instincts and stuff to do.
Yeah.
He just gives them a direction.
Well, he goes in, after everybody's dead, so that's a pretty easy takeover. Whereas Bran is going in while the thing's alive.
Yeah.
So maybe only the living can do that. That would make sense.
Like to influence it directly for like,
yeah.
Oh, you're going to look left now. You're going to look right. I think that's just Bran.
Yeah.
Or he wouldn't have to ride the dragon.
If you could have a dragon, if I just gave you a dragon, what's the first thing you would do with your dragon? Not in this world, in our world.
Well, I would obviously go flying.
Yes.
Probably for a long, long time.
Yeah. Probably around the world.
Where do I want to go today?
Well, yeah. You would get resistance because the dragon's got to eat.
Well, there's lots of farms.
There are lots of farms.
Sorry, farmers.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat your cows. Well, my dragon will.
Well, if he crisps it up, I'm going to have a bite.
Yeah, medium rare, please.
Yeah. Dragon would be nice as a pet.
Pretty scary.
Well, not to me.
Well, even Danny, I think, is scared of her dragons.
There's a couple of times when they snap at her and she... What? Yeah.
Yeah. But I imagine the government would take it from me very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's my pro-dragon lobby? It's coming.
Yeah. So, the Hound.
The Hound.
Oh, there is one more relationship.
Oh, okay.
It is with Tormund Giantsbane and
Brienne.
I don't know if Brienne...
She's not returning it.
I think she's...
So far, yeah.
Maybe she might. Or ironically, maybe even the Hound gets her.
Well, yeah. Well, that would be more likely, but I don't think so. That's more like a aunt and uncle of Arya thing, I think. But the idea of Tormund and Brienne is an interesting one. And you gotta love Tormund. I mean,
them babies.
Yeah.
Them babies.
Our babies would be giants. Yeah. Tormund's was a great character.
Yeah, and I guess they kind of hinted that he got away or died all at the same time.
Yeah, we don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's the one that's going to be at Winterfell saying, "Oh, hey guys,
they're coming." Yeah.
The wall's not there anymore.
Yeah. How far do you think the wall is from Winterfell? Like a week, 2 weeks, longer than that? Because when Tyrion and Jon are going, it seems like it takes them longer than it took Sansa. Because she escaped Winterfell and made it to the wall too.
I think the Bran storyline is probably the most accurate with time. When he leaves Winterfell, escapes and then goes to
the wall.
So I imagine it takes a couple weeks.
Yeah, something around there.
Because the time, they don't. I think they might say how far it is at some point. Somewhere in the books, or I'm sure
something leagues. But what do we know about leagues?
Sure, Google it, but
yeah.
But I would imagine weeks.
Yeah, so we've got at least a little bit of time from the end of last season when the wall falls.
Because I think in the last episode when Jamie or whatever, if the riders ride hard, it would take 4 moons. Is that what they said?
Some
4.
Yeah.
4 something.
4 moons would be months?
Yeah.
Yeah. For him to get to Winterfell or to the Wall, north is all they say.
Yeah.
Huh.
So 4 months from there to... so that's...
Well, we need Jon and Dany to get there before the Night King does. Or probably at the same time. Because Jon and Dany are coming up the road. They decided not to ride dragons and stuff. They're going to walk through the north.
Well, they're sailing. And then they're going to go from wherever the closest port... Yeah. And then arrive together.
Yeah.
But I imagine there'll be a good 2 episodes, maybe just one of them getting there and then Bran dropping the knowledge bomb on them.
Yep. That's got to happen.
So, maybe they split right
from there. Well, that's the question this show has asked time and time again. Can anyone fucking share power? Can anybody share the power?
Well, I don't think Jon even wants it.
No,
he doesn't even care.
Right. And that's why he's the perfect one for the job.
Yeah, but maybe this is just, me talking as, not living in this world. They're going to find out and kind of be like, oh, we're related? So that means we can't be together?
Mm.
But I feel like in that world, it's just...
It won't
matter.
I don't think it'll faze them at all.
No.
No.
But she might get jealous.
She could.
Of his right, I guess.
Yeah. No, he's the...
So everything she's thought her entire life was wrong.
It could be why we had them fall in love first. Because if it's not love, then she probably needs to say, no, I'm the queen and Jon isn't. But since they're in love, now it doesn't matter who gets the title of king or queen. They're both a unit, partnership. So that could be why we got the love story first.
Which would make sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
Because she doesn't just be like, oh, I'll bend the knee to you now.
No. She never bends the knee. I guess he did bend the knee. But that's how marriage works, I'm assuming.
The girl's the mastermind.
Yep. Alright, so I think maybe we're at the last question. Unless you have some more.
Well, I'm sure. We can, we'll call this the last question. Yeah.
Who ends up on the Iron Throne?
Well, who ends on the Iron Throne?
I think democracy happens. I'm going to say that Tyrion and Varys have been trying to lead us towards a place where we elect.
I think the surviving dragon is going to melt the throne.
Okay.
In a very dramatic sense, stoic. And it's not going to be any one person elected. It's going to be the houses uniting.
A Congress.
It's going to be the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
So each house has their own, and somehow, despite it all, Cersei's going to be on it, now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, that'd be hard to take.
Yeah.
But she loves her children. Yeah, they're an extension of her. She doesn't love other people's children. She's a horrible person.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Maybe Sansa kills her.
That would be interesting.
Isn't she on the list? Cersei is definitely sad before she goes to bed.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, that could be just a random, Cersei survives somehow. Sorry, we're backtracking a little bit.
It's fine.
I've changed my mind about how Cersei...
Here we go.
The round table starts, so it's not just one person. But it's still the head of the household.
Yeah.
So it would be Jon for House Targaryen, because I think that's how that's going to...
Yeah.
But he's dead, so it's going to be Daenerys. Whatever.
Daenerys, right.
And then it's going to be Sansa.
From the Starks.
And then Sam, Tully.
Yep.
The little girl. No.
Mormont.
But she's not ahead. She's part of the North, so it's just going to be Stark for her.
Well, you got the Tyrells.
So
Marjorie's dead. Loras is dead.
The whole family's
dead. Because
so
the Lannisters attacked. Yeah,
it's going to be some random person,
somebody we don't know.
Yeah,
Cersei would be the Lannister.
But this is going to be one person from each household, and they all have to. There's 7.
Theon's sister, Yara. She's on the list. I can't think of anybody in Dorne that's still alive.
The Vale, I think, is just going to be.
It couldn't be Robb and Aaron.
He's older now, so I think he's going to be.
Maybe he snaps out of it. Maybe puberty does him well.
Because he went off to what's his name, the general,
Royce. Yeah.
To I guess get trained and
yeah.
I think he's going to somehow be normal-ish.
Yeah.
He's still going to be a little quirky.
Of course.
He was still sucking on his mom's teat. Till, what was he, like 13, 12?
Yeah, it was too long. A little long.
At least 1 year too long.
Yeah. I can't think of any other... I do like the idea of the little Mormont chick coming back, but you're right. She's a lesser house. They probably wouldn't unless they elected a representative. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think she still has something to do with her brother? Her uncle?
Jorah?
Yeah.
Jorah would be her uncle. Because she's the younger daughter of... Or Jorah Mormont was her grandfather. Because Jon says, I served with your grandfather on the wall.
Yeah, and Robert killed her dad. Took his head off.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. I don't think I...
Like during the war, because he was mad that Jaime got let go.
Maybe, yeah.
He did something, and then Robb had to...
Yeah.
I'm 70% sure that's what happened.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like the idea of a Westeros democracy. I think that's a cool sounding way to end it. Is they decide to have a council, because Varys has been on this track the entire series.
Yeah.
He's the voice of the people. Obviously, that would be democracy.
Mm-hmm.
At least in theory.
Or just more unity, not so much one house ruling over another one. It's just more. Now they plan stuff together, which is just in line for another series of playing the game. Instead
of different countries, they're going to be different states.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
I imagine that's how it ends with that, and then I see like there might be like a little cliffhanger of some little twist or something that's like growing in the background.
I can't remember anything that's ever ended on a completely nothing there to think about afterwards. No other possible way. I mean, it seems like they always end stuff with a little room.
Because, well, let's just face it, like writers and production companies like to make money. And as long as you leave openings for some sort of spin-off or some sort of continuation.
Yeah. There is a prequel that I just finished reading.
Well, all the spin-off movies, well, not spin-off movies, but the prequel movies that HBO said they were going to do.
Yeah. One of them is called A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. And that I just finished reading.
Okay.
All right. Gideon also enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I think that's in production, or at least pre-production for HBO. And it's the story of a average guy who becomes a knight and do a series of Game of Thrones-y type stuff.
All right. What about we haven't talked about Sir of the Blackwater.
Who?
Tyrion and Jaime's little. He protected him in the Vale. He fought for him.
The Blackfish?
No, Blackwater. His title is of the Blackwater because that's where he.
Bronn.
Bronn
of the Blackwater. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What happens to him?
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of like. Because he's always like, I look after myself. There's got to be some ending to him doing something, some sort of self-sacrifice for someone else. Whether it be Tyrion or Jaime.
Yeah.
It's definitely not going to be for Cersei.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but
something's coming. If I were Jaime and I was heading north, and I wouldn't want to go alone, so I'm probably bringing Bronn.
Yeah, but he rode north
before that
by horseback by himself. There was no one else with him.
Yeah.
And Bronn would have been in the city, and he would have, left with him.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe Bronn is like, all right, I'm gonna go find Jaime.
As soon as he hears about it, he heads north. I think that's a possibility.
And he's like one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, no,
I just like him.
He's funny. He's one of the few characters who are consistently funny. Tyrion can be funny, but there's a lot of not funny about Tyrion. Bronn is almost always solid with the jokes.
Because I think Tyrion in the first half of the series, there was no power related to him, so he could be funny.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he started getting power, it was more...
Yeah.
Not funny.
The responsibility.
The funnies were gone.
Yeah. And, I mean, shit happens. Scar your face up in a battle that no one gives you credit for. There's a lot of stuff to not make light of.
Yeah. So, you never said who do you think is going to be the first person dead?
The first person dead. I think it's going to be Grey Worm. And I think the person who ends up on the Iron Throne is the Night King. I think the Night King wins. And everybody has to go south and hide out until the next chance to retake for fire. It's called A Song of Ice and Fire, not A Song of Fire and Ice. I think there's a reason for that. What do you think, Gideon? Gideon says the Hound is going to sit on the Iron Throne. I think he's biased.
So you think he's going to... But does he care about the Iron Throne?
I think he cares about domination. So no, I don't think he cares about the Iron Throne. But I think the last scene that we see is him sitting on it.
What is his? He was one of the ones fighting the
children of men or children of the forest. I always say children of men.
And then they make him who he is to fight
men.
So is he just a robot? The directors do say that he's just like a robot fulfilling a...
I think we'll find that stuff out this season. There's got to be something driving him. We've said it. We've mentioned it a couple of times. Yeah. Does not seem like it's just nothing. He's too calculated. It would have been a much easier plan to just smash. But he's got this whole thing, I don't know.
Yeah, because if the only person that could stop him was Bran... Before that, it was some guy stuck in a tree up north, so he could have been like, deuces, whatever.
He needed all this stuff to play out this way, too.
Yeah,
it's not
There's got to be some final puzzle piece that we're probably going to get, not right away.
We'll get at the end of episode 6. Then it'll all make sense, and then episode 7 will be the concluding of all of it.
There's only 6 episodes.
There's only 6?
There's only 6.
I thought there were 7.
There were 7 last season, but there's only 6 this season.
Damn.
Yeah. I was hoping there was going to be 8.
Yeah.
Since it's season 8 and season 7, they had 7. But
6.
It is scheduled for 6.
All right, so then 5. At the end of 5, that'll be it. And I also think there'll be some silly weapon that they haven't told us about yet.
I will take this off my number 1 show of all time if there's some stupid weapon.
That's how they always end it.
Like in The Return of the King. Like,
yeah,
I am the king.
Yeah.
Now I have all these ghosts that can just kill people. Oh.
Yeah. Sauron should have gone after the zombies instead of all these, whatever, they're goblins and shit.
Stupid
Sauron.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited. I can't wait.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow, and we've been waiting for, feels like 18 years. Feels like a long time.
Yeah, shame on them for taking so long.
I mean, I'm glad, because it does take time to make this stuff as well as it is. I mean, you can't go into production tomorrow and make another game. I mean, it does take time.
So you can't have a schedule and stick to it if you want it done right.
Sometimes you can't. Spielberg didn't make Jaws in that amount of time he thought he could.
Hey, Disney, how about you stop scheduling your movies to be set out for a certain date?
Because if I'm third in the line of 6 and I need an extra 2 months, I've now screwed everybody else's movie up.
Yeah. So how about we just say fall of 2020?
Yeah. Let's make art and not
deadlines.
Yeah. I agree. That's good. Let's make art, not deadlines. Dustin Ron, original wisdom.
Coining it. Heard it here first.
Yep.
And I'm sure you'll hear us again soon on, I don't know, our thoughts on this episode 1 of season 8.
Yep, that's going to happen. We are hooked in, ready to roll.
Yeah, I just want to sit in front of my TV right now, but I can't because it's not out.
So, America, we're with you. We can't wait.
Till then.